Good afternoon, this is Zachary from Zachary Sweeps. I'm just about to sweep this Esse wood burning stove. They're really nice, these are lovely, these are. Just a couple of things I want to go through with you. Some of these wood burners are obviously, all of them should have them by now, aligners, but obviously some can have like on either side of the plate inspection hatches from where they used to be. I'm not too sure if they're still legally allowed to have them or not, but I still come across them all the time. So where you can untie, they're like wing nuts on either side, and then you can stick the brush up through, and it's very easy access to get up there. And if you haven't got a cover over the tops, the birds can nest in there, so they're a lot more easier to remove the bird's nest if there isn't a cover over the top than there is if you've got one like this, which has just got a liner in it with a Chinaman's hat, that is what we call them, which is just basically a cow with a rainwater cover over the top of them. And basically, the birds, very rarely they will nest in these. It's only the little birds that tend to nest in these, but it's very rare because the birds aren't stupid. What they tend to do is that they'll go into an appliance, mainly open fires and things like that, which they'll mainly nest in. If it's like an open fire, then you've got the warm air from the room, and basically the heat's going up the chimney. So that's why it's really important, if you ever have an open fire, to have a damper plate on there, so you can close it down in the spring summertime, and it stops all the warm air going up into the chimney, and it keeps the chimney cold, and the birds don't really like that, so they're not stupid birds. So it's a great idea. And if you get if you do go for an open fire, and you do have one that has, there's me talking about them when I'm just about to do this, but I will get to where I'm going with this in a moment. But if you do decide to have one and it has got a damper plate on it, get an adjustable one, because it's great, because they can act as a baffle plate as well, like a throat plate kind of thing. You can close them down, and the more you can close it down, the more heat you're going to get into the room, which is great. But the reason why I'm doing this video today is obviously because I like Esse fire wood burners. They call it a fireplace, sorry. That's the whole thing. But Esse wood burners are really good. But it's the fans, these little things here. You get them all different shapes and sizes now and everything. And I have noticed that a lot of people are saying to me that put them behind them like that, or stick them behind. And what it is and obviously in a little bit more like that. It's behind it, but not in a position where it's going to like actually sort of affect the blade going around. So you can go in a bit further like that, and then what happens is, by having it like that, if you think about it and having it at an angle, you're going to get more heat out of that fan than you will do if you have it at the front of the wood burner. I did do engineering when I was a kid. I used to be a commissioned engineer years ago. I've got a few things that I did when I was younger, but I've been a sweep for like 24 years now, which is pretty amazing. But I've noticed a lot of people now, they're putting the fans at the back of behind the pipes. And at first I didn't really think much about it, but it's such a good idea. Because what it is if you put your fan at the back of the pipe, or as far back as you can, that'd probably go in a bit more as well. You could probably stick that fan like that, but obviously you don't want to do it too much, and just make sure you have it at an angle. I mean, like at the moment it's a bit loose, so you could probably like put something in there, like a couple of coins, and then you could like sort of balance it out. So but what we do is just lean it like that at an angle at the moment, and then it's going to spin round. As I said, stick a couple of coins on it and it's going to spin around. If you think about it, the heat from that pipe is going to push into the room, which is going to be brilliant. So like you're not just going to get the heat from the actual appliance, which is what's rotating that as well, but you're also going to get the heat from the pipe. So like you're going to get more heat out of the appliance. Have a go, just give it a go. If it doesn't work for you, then go back to the way you're doing it. But if it does, and you get a bit more heat out of it, then you know, you think about how cozy more your room's going to be at the end of the day. So I'm going to put that back, obviously, because I like to leave things as they are. But the other thing I like about these Esse wood burners as well is like underneath here you've got the baffle plate. And if you ever get any birds stuck in here, they literally, these like lift up, as you can see, and they move along, and then you can drop them down at an angle, like so. Like you move it along like that, and then you can drop it down like that. And then what you do is, like, if you haven't got a bird cover on it, you see that, and it just drops down like that, and then it gives you access straight into the chimney. And I'll grab my torch, which is still on, which is a bit of a concern because that was from the last shop. And there you go, you've got access straight to the actual liner itself. So if you ever hear any birds dropping down, they're so easy to, and then you can, of course, you just put them back, and that it's very self-explanatory. And if you watch this video, then you'll know how to get them out. So that they're really easy. That this one will sit on one side, and then the other one will sit on the other side. And as you can see, they have this little lip on the side there, on both sides. But what I would advise, if you're one of these people who likes to sweep your own chimney, what I would advise you to do is take these out, because if you get to just take them out, stick them somewhere out of the way. I always try and stick them somewhere where, like, just over there like that. Oh look, Custer's made me a nice coffee, which for a chimney sweep, thank you very much. I won't mention any names, but this customer's lovely, and it's always lovely to me, and always gives me a nice hot coffee. It goes a long way. This job's can be quite thirsty, but the reason why I've taken them baffle plates out is that if I stick my brush up there now and it gets caught on something, because sometimes when these are installed, not having a proper installers, but because I used to be one myself for 17 years, but they can leak, they can put different screws in. Sometimes they don't put the manufacturer's screws in. It's like that one up there. That I know that because I have done this before. It's a lot longer. It's probably about an inch longer inside the actual appliance, and that's why with some of my rods, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see. I might be able to see it on that one. Can you see that mark going down the side there? That's basically what happens. Is that's where it gets caught on the long screws inside. So if you've got like long half-inch screws or an inch groove on four sides of that wood burner, then that wood burner pipe, if it's a 5 or 6 inch pipe, you've narrowed it down. And the problem is as well with brushes, they have metal ends to them, and they can catch on the screws. So you've got to be really careful. The worst ones is where you get like open fires and the cement goes, and then they actually get stuck in between the bricks where the cement's gone. Anyway, I hope this helps you, and I hope you have a great day. I'm just having a look round. It looks all in all good order. I think we'll get another year out of that with the old gasket. And as you can see, it's like one of them clear view systems, and that's why the glass is so clean and lovely. So always, when you're looking for a new wood burner, always check these bits out. Make sure it's got one of these systems in place, because it will save you so much time and energy. And the other thing is as well, is you'll be able to enjoy the fire like an open fire and enjoy the heat at the same time. But just remember that about the fan. Give it a go and see how you get on. Anyway, have a great day from Zachary Sweeps.